Please bring me good juju.
You need good juju?
Juju Watkins.
Slide, drop, hit.
What an exciting game, guys. Oh my goodness. My nerves, my blood pressure, my heart rate was shot watching USC finally defeat UCLA. UCLA was ranked number 1. They had 0 losses. They had 0 losses this current season of women's college basketball. But USC, I was rooting for them. I said, come on, Juju Watkins, aka the chosen bun. Put them in a cigarillo, put them in a Russian cream and smoke them. And that's exactly what they did again. Like, this game had its ups and it had its downs. But my goodness, Juju Watkins, aka the chosen bun, she was hot. Guys, this is how hot she was, okay? In the first quarter, Juju Watkins had 21 points alone as a lone woman, whereas UCLA, the team, had 21 points. I'm going to say it again for everybody in the back with the cheap seats. Let me explain myself again. I said in the first quarter, Juju Watkins was able to put up 21 points as a lone woman, whereas UCLA put up 21 points. One woman on the court matched 5 women on the court. Juju Watkins has redeemed herself. I ain't gonna lie, this game was also frustrating again. Yes, they ultimately was able to get this W. They beat UCLA, the Bruins, but Kiki Era-Affin, along with the rest of the ladies on the USC Trojans, we got to get Juju Watkins some help. Again, it was so many times where Kiki Era-Affin was just breaking my heart. Okay, the other girls, Malia Samuel, she was just 5'6". Again, like, I understand she's small. They kept kind of press her, not even in a triangle press. Like, one person would press Malia Samuels, and she just wildly dribbling. They got to take better care of the ball. Juju Watkins turnovers, okay? And the turnovers from the USC Trojans as a whole is so frustrating. People were saying online, like, I was on Twitter while this game was going on, the USC Trojans need to invest in a ball handling expert because they cannot keep their fingers on the ball. It's always getting, these silly turnovers or silly turnover due to them allowing the ball to slip out of their hands. Now, the first quarter, guys, the UCLA Bruins was able to put up 15 points. The Trojans were able to put up 24 points. Again, the first quarter, they came out smoking hot, okay? They punched them in the nose just aggressively. They just was like, attack mode, attack mode, attack mode. The second quarter, this is when the Bruins finally woke up. The second quarter, the Bruins put up 20 points, whereas the Trojans put up 14 points. The third quarter, the Bruins scored 17 points, whereas the Trojans scored 9 points. I was upset, guys. I was so upset. Come the third quarter, the third quarter, guys, was just all downhill for us. The Bruins and the Trojans were actually tied for the first time in the third quarter. And then it wasn't so bad that we were already tied, right? Once they had a huge point deficit, we had a huge point lead in the first 2 quarters of this game. Come the third quarter, not only did we go from being tied, then we were down like by 7 or 8 points. It was like 38 points to 45 points. And then finally, we kind of caught up to them, finally. And then Kiki Era-Affin, guys, she kept on missing so many layups. I ain't even trying to be funny when I say she was looking like Angel Reese tonight. And then in the fourth and final quarter, the Bruins only scored 8 points, whereas the Trojans scored 24 points again. Guys, I gotta paint the picture. I gotta rewatch this game tomorrow when I get off of work. I'm gonna be so tired, guys. I have an early post tomorrow morning. Gotta be up at 3 a.m. I'm probably gonna get 5 hours of sleep tonight if I'm lucky. I'm about to quickly do this, edit this video, post it on my channel, take a shower, and go to sleep. But listen, Juju Watkins stands 6'2". Lauren Betts, the UCLA Bruins, she stands 6'7". Juju Watkins was blocking her shot like she was nobody. She was nothing. I think Juju Watkins had like 8+ blocks on the shot. Again, she's a guard. She ain't no power forward. She ain't no center. She was blocking everybody in their mom's shots. It was that aggressiveness. But the problem was in the first 2 quarters, they kept putting foul shots on the freaking Trojans. It was making me so upset because that's how the Bruins was able to get hot in this game. Like if you pay attention in the first and second quarter, specifically the first quarter, the Bruins wasn't really able to put some points up until they kept on calling foul shots on the USC Trojans. So for USC, Juju Watkins, guys, she put up 38 points, had 5 assists, and 11 rebounds. Kiki Era-Affin, she still, even though she was getting on my nerves, my God. This is how bad the point deficit is. Again, Juju Watkins is literally the star, specifically in this game. Again, Juju Watkins put up 38 points. Kiki Era-Affin put up 13 points. Kennedy Smith only put up 4 points. My goodness. And then Talia von Allenhofen, she put up 7 points. Avery Howell put up 5 points. And Kaylee Heckle put up 4 points. That's crazy. How is it that Juju Watkins put up 38 points? Let's see. Let me do some quick math. 13 plus 4, that's 17. 17 plus 7, that's 24. Avery Howard put up 5. That's 29. 33 points. Oh my God. Juju Watkins outscored everybody on her team. Juju Watkins put up 38 points while everybody else put up 33 points. Again, there is something wrong with Lindsay Gottlieb, okay, as the head coach of USC. There's no way that you can see like your star player. At one point, Juju Watkins had to exit the game very temporarily. It was just very momentarily, guys. They put like some sort of wrapping gauze around her leg like she was possibly injured. And it's like the fact that they had to lean so heavily on just one woman. One woman outscored, not only just in the first quarter, again, one woman was able to match the entire team's points. It was 21 points Juju Watkins put up, whereas the UCLA Bruins put up 21 points. And then Juju Watkins put up 38 points in this game, whereas everybody else who actually put in, a couple of dollars in the collection plate, they put up 33 points. She outscored six members on her team. It's like Lindsay Gottlieb. It's like, again, when are y'all going to invest in these young women? One, the turnovers are ridiculous. You need to get a ball handling expert. And two, it's never a good idea to just lean on one person, no matter how talented they are. What Juju Watkins do? What's stopping Kiki Finn? What's stopping Kennedy Smith? What's stopping Talia? Rhea Marshall. Rhea was like disappointing me. Listen, Rhea had 0 points. And at one point, Rhea took the ball and literally spiked it to one of her teammates. I'm not sure if it was Kennedy Smith, Kiki Finn. I think it was Kiki Finn. And Kiki Finn was looking at her like, are you serious? Rhea Marshall tried to pass her the ball. She literally spiked it out of bounds. This is foolishness. UCLA, guys, Lauren Betts, she had 18 points, 2 assists, and 13 rebounds. Damn. Juju Watkins, I thought she had more than that. Okay, Juju Watkins, again, she scored 38 points in this game. Lauren Betts put up 18 points. London Jones put up 7 points. Kiki Rice, she was detrimental out there. The 3 players of the UCLA Bruins that they had to really worry about was Lauren Betts, Janiah Barker, and Kiki Rice. Kiki Rice put up 15 points. Angela Dukalik put up 3 points. Gabriela Jaquez put up 4 points. Janiah Barker put up 10 points. Timia Gardner put up 1 point. And then Kendall Doodley put up 2 points. Let's talk about these team stats. Okay, let's get into the field goal percentage. The Bruins was 20 for 57, 35.1%, whereas the Trojans was 21 for 63. They were 33.3%. They were struggling, okay? It was a lot of bricks, not even just for the three-pointers, but again, when it came to them freaking layups, specifically Kiki Finn, I ain't gonna let her get away with that. She was out there looking like a clown, and it wasn't until the fourth quarter when she finally got some sense about herself and started making some layups. Three-pointers, the Bruins were 2 for 13 at 15.4%. The Trojans were 8 for 18 at 44.4%. They did much better at three-pointing shots, the Trojans, that is, as compared to the Bruins. Free throw shots, the Bruins was 18 for 25 at 72% accuracy, whereas the Trojans was 21 for 25 at 84% accuracy. The Bruins had 50 rebounds. The Trojans had 40 rebounds, that surprises me that the Bruins actually out-rebounded us by 10 rebounds. It was a fight, guys. This was a very physical game. It got scrappy, okay? I seen them legs was jumping, okay? Girls was jumping. The girls was jumping on both sides. But I specifically was, paying attention to the Trojans. They were jumping up high to get that ball. It's crazy that we still got out-rebounded. Now, the Bruins had 13 assists. Trojans had 12. The Bruins had 6 blocks. The Trojans had 13 blocks. At least 8 of them was from none other than Juju Watkins, a.k.a. the Chosen Bun, okay? Now, the Bruins had 3 steals. The Trojans had 9 steals. Juju Watkins was stealing. The Bruins had 17 turnovers. Oh, wow. Trojans had 8 turnovers. I still don't like how high. To me, they still, the turnovers that we had in this game was still silly. I ain't gonna lie. The Bruins had much more. 17 turnovers to our 8. It could have been better, but I can't really, condemn them too bad. Because, again, ultimately we won this game. And then for fouls, personal fouls, the Bruins had 18, and Trojans also had 18. Now, Peacock, count your damn days. This game was a hot mess because the cameraman at Peacock, that's where the only network it was aired at, which is another insult in and of itself. Why is it that this is not on cable television? This is how disrespectful we are to women's sports, specifically women's basketball. This should have been televised nationwide, internationally, on cable television. I had to restart my damn Peacock subscription just for the camera angles to be a hot mess. They had, at one point, guys, I'm literally on Twitter cussing people out on Peacock because of how bad the camera angles were. They literally had the camera up close, zoomed in on the freaking people in the crowd. It was kind of like inappropriate. Some of the camera angles was like zoomed in very close to like some of the female players in the court, like their crotch area. I'm like, dude, who is y'all cameraman? I cussed them out, and then they refused to display the box score. I didn't even know who was up and who was down. All I knew was I see Juju Watkins cooking up, blocking shots, making three-pointer after three-pointer after three-pointer, making layup after layup after layup. I'm like, okay, but what is the score? I literally had to get on Twitter and at Peacock directly. I'm like, yo, y'all are all bums, and you need to fire your camera person, your cameraman, your camera woman, because we don't want to see the crotches of these ladies. We don't want to see the random people in the stands eating popcorn. Like, what is wrong with y'all? UCLA has finally got their first L, and it was none other by USC, the Trojans. Juju Watkins is her.